Asenivusele maswahla amahle senivusele benkosilenhle senivusele nebengwazi amahlobo hla ehlelweni Embili Kanye Kanye seyinsimbi yesithupha kusihlwa ngelanga ke lelisonto omhlati ngemashumi ke lamabili enyangeni ke yenyoni the 20th of September 2020 and I'm too hoping it's a beautiful spring Sunday bendlulile ebusika kuqalile ke likwindla noma ke imvasanhlobo lapho khona ke sibona ke ilanga seliyaphuma tiphi ke timvula ngoba phela sekufanele singabe seliqalile liyanyenyeta stokhona ke emasimini. I am hoping also probably next weekend we can host the people responsible for predicting or for forecasting tindzaba telitulu ke ekhaya ke Eswatini njengoba ke sathi ukuthi lesikhathi lesi ngilapho khona ke siba madima kakhulu khona ngikubuka ukuthi liyana yini stokhona ke kubheka ngakhona ke emasimini. It does look like climate change is real though because esikhathini lesendlulile tikhathi ke dabo August early September ngilapho khona ke timvula bongabe nje solucabanga ukuthi litawuna yini vele kufanele singabe ke seliyana although I did realize today in some places particularly in the Highveld like lathumathuma ke namuhla lathembisa ke lokuthi awulitayithela singathi ke noma kombe lisalungiselela kona kumbe litawuthi ke ebusuku ligcina ke liphumile litulu benkosilenhle semcuka ngalo it is a fundamental resource for the development of our country ikakhulukati ke emadamu elivela kithi ke asime khona kakhulu ukuthi lapho kuniselwa khona ke tilimo boshukela nalitinye ke tinfo masinalamanti siyathi ke ukuthi that sector will be sustained kungako ke silikhulumisa ke indzaba yelitulu even on the program here today in terms of saying we do anticipate that rainfall is going to be coming shortly kanzi ke kuyathokozisa maswahla amahle kubona nje nemitamo leminyenti le into ke uhulumende welive lakithi kuzama kuphusha ke live ukuthi ke ligcina lifikile ke esigabeni sekuthi ke infrastructure yalo uthi ke mawibuka igcina ke ifanana neinfrastructure yemavela sathuthukile the amount of effort and investment that is going into road infrastructure in the country is really applaudable coming from the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Sabona ngalesihlanu umhlonishwa Mvunankulu nelibandla letimvuna tembuso bavakashele ke kuyawubuka ke umgwaqo losuka ke kaManzini uye ke eMbadlane lo tawukhona kitha ke ne-airport elivela kithi King Mswati the 3rd international highway. That infrastructure does show our effort and commitment as a country to make sure ukuthi mangabe sicathaniswa nalamanye ke mave leyo infrastructure yethu ke itabe ikhombisa lokho sivile ukuthi umgwaqo utawugcina ke uvuliwe around the end of May 2021 which is only a couple of months, and this is also going to come as a relief to motorists and users of public transport kuleyo ndzawo leyo njengoba ke sathi ukuthi ke i-traffic leba khona in particular in the morning and in the evening when people have to head back home kuba ke leso sikhathi leso maswahla amahle. But we do commend the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini for the amount of time, effort and resources committed to developing this infrastructure. Akhona lama challenges about traffic jam and all the likes, but this is only temporary, and we do appreciate the fact that in the future it is only going to take about 20-30 minutes maybe kusuka kaManzini uyofika khona ke kubombadlane kuyofika khona ke kubompaka naletinye ke tindzawo bosikhuphe international airport lapho khona ke maswati lamanye ndabonakala ke amanengi leto tindzawo leto. Sikhulumisa ke indzaba namuhla ke ehlelweni in particular trying to appreciate what young people or members of the public are doing by looking closely into the activities of social media in the country and saying we do see people that are using the space productively, effectively, and are making an impact in our society. Our topic here today is exploring business and social opportunities on social media. There is a lot that is happening, and in particular is cutting up restrictions in terms of gatherings, in terms of travels, in terms of so many other things, and procuring ema resources or raw material letinfo ke letisetshenziswa ke ngamaswati sibona ke emaswati azama ke kwenta tinfo letahlukahlukene. We are going to be talking to a couple of people that have identified opportunities and are recognizing people in the space ku social media letendekako stokutsatha ke nemaswati lamanyendi la khona ke la kule social media to make sure they use social media productively, effectively, more so because there is a market there is an audience there. One of the issues we are also going to be touching on today is the social media awards that seemingly recognizing a lot of people across different sectors. We are going to be touching or looking closely into some of those sectors. What are people doing? What are people busy with on social media? Leti benda bakhona ke kuphila, leti khona kubenda ke bathenzana ke netimakethe takithi. One of the people we are going to be talking to on the program is Tianza Dlamini, who is representing the social media awards, and we are also going to be talking to Mtunzi Shade Zwane, who is one of the organizers of the social media awards. But on a broader level, we do want to talk to Penny Bauer, who is a social media specialist, just to try and educate Maswati of the opportunities that are available on social media. How can we explore those? What are the available opportunities on social media that we can explore and find some gains on? Tianza, angubingelele tsatse wethu ngikuphela thuba lekuvusela eMaswati.
Ngiyabonga ngithenza kuvusela eMaswati, and I'm very honored to be here.
Sibonga kakhulu Tianza. Sitawukhulumisa njengoba sengishilo itopic yethu namuhla it's exploring business and social opportunities on social media. If you vele yaba social media in the past, where people were just liking pictures, talking to friends and the likes, but I think the space has generally changed.
I think so, definitely, because I feel like nowadays every household now, most of them have cell phones, and I feel like our lives have been diverted to social media. Every household has a cell phone now, and 90% of our lives have been diverted to WhatsApp, to Facebook, to TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. And I feel like because of the lockdown, they have decided to take this as an opportunity to start creating business opportunities, or even promoting and making their businesses or whatever it is that they're doing via social media, because of everything that has been going on.
Of course, and it is something to be appreciated. Like I have already said, look, bona nje ukuthi eMaswati sekaphumile ukuxoxa nekuvusela abangani babo, they've actually identified social media as a market.
Yeah, I think so, because what I've realized, what's happening now in social media, especially the youth, now it has changed its focus in supporting another young person. Now we pushing each other's businesses, we're pushing each other's hustles. It's no longer about gossip or drama or scandals. Everybody now can see that, I do need to change our shift and make use of social media for something that will benefit us and our future.
I know you're not a specialist in this field, but I think really apart from the mindset shift, kunalama skills that's what's to navigate and to try and maximize on the platform. But there's some effort that goes into it.
Definitely,
and I know you are one of the people that try and push brands or does social media marketing as well.
I feel like because of the social media awards, we decided that we identified individuals that are influencers, that are movers and shakers, making great work in social media. So we just thought that, these people need to be recognized, these people need to be appreciated. It's about this, we see you, we appreciate what you're doing, keep on going, keep on moving. So because it feels like sometimes so I feel like the social media awards are that platform to let people know and the whole world is appreciating what you're doing.
Of course, maybe before we talk about the social media awards, let's talk about the skills you need as a person, because which are doing incredible work and impacting society. Skills and I was saying, as someone that is also responsible for pushing or marketing certain campaigns on social media, what are some of the little skills one needs to make sure presence on social media is not just my pictures and stuff like that? What are some of the little skills that one needs to make sure that they do something and they get recognized on social media, particularly if they've got a hustle or an activity they are doing?
I think most importantly, you have to be, if you're on social media, you have to be a people's person, basically. You have to be able to get along with people. You have to be able to handle certain situations under pressure, because on social media you can have enemies, you can also have friends. So if you do not know how to navigate around that and make it work for you, that will actually become a problem, because if you do not know how to get along even with your enemies and make use of your, because usually enemies, they actually are the ones that push your work even further. Most people, they don't realize that the more people talk about your work, even if it's negative or bad, if you're a smart person, you're able to use that to your advantage and make it as a stepping stone. So you have to really know how to navigate around people, every kind of character, personality that is out there. That's the very most important thing. And you have to have a strong backbone, you have to have thick skin. So yeah, definitely, if your life is in social media and your work is there, your hustle is there, you definitely have to have thick skin and focus on your objective and intention of why you're there.
Yeah. We are talking about the social media awards today, because I think I saw a whole list of people, and it is amazing to see that typically in the past people would have needed to pay for advertising to say this is what I'm doing, but members of the public have said we see you, you are doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and we just want to talk about those people here today. What are people doing on social media that is changing their lives, changing the lives of the societies they live in?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. I mean, the different businesses that we're seeing on social media, we've got individuals that are pushing in entertainment, in the food industry, in fashion, there's poetry, there's people that are doing charity work. So I feel like there's just a lot going on that people have decided to make that space useful for them.
Maybe we'll look closely into those categories. We do have Penny Bauer on the phone. Penny Bauer is a social media specialist. She tries to help people that are doing incredible things on social media to get their work pushed, to get their work recognized. She is going to be helping us to understand the opportunities on the business side of things. What can you do to make sure you get recognized, you derive some revenue from what you are doing? Penny, thank you so much for joining us on Embili Kanye Kanye this evening, and we appreciate your availability on the show this evening.
Good evening, John. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I must say, Tianza, I love your work. Thank you for what it is that you are doing. Social media is such an amazing platform. It is an amazing opportunity for people to get their work out there. And one of the things that we need to be very cognizant of is, what is the message you want to share? Are you using your social media for your personal capacity? Are you using it as a business? It's really important. And what we are seeing now, the trend is, I have a special talent. I can show it on social media. I need business to come through. We need to be very careful on how we share what it is that we want to share, the way in which we share. Remember, we've also got receipts. People will share things that might not make sense right now, but in a couple of months, years, it may make sense. So we've got to be very careful on how do you want to come across. It's very special to see how people are using social media now, the platforms that they are choosing, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it TikTok, be it a website.
Penny, we are talking about this, the impact of social media to derive business opportunities and to make yourself a brand as a person. We just want to talk about some of the platforms that people can use, or members of the public are already using, as already indicated or seen by the social media awards. Some people are on YouTube. What are some of the opportunities one could find by being on YouTube? What is the value of developing a YouTube channel, for instance?
It's global. When you're on YouTube, you are a blogger. What do you want to share? You've got an expertise. Maybe you are doing makeup, you are doing hair. You want to show the country that you are in. You want to invite people to share what it is that you love, because it's so special. So use your YouTube to encourage more people to join you, to explore what opportunities there are.
And I've also seen that you help artists in particular or people in the arts industry to push their work. What are some people doing, Penny, on social media that helps them to promote their work, especially on Facebook?
Live events. Live events are really great. With the COVID experience, the current atmosphere that we are in, we aren't able to go out as much as we used to and enjoy being around people. But we are able to show our work through that and still be together. One of the most amazing experiences that I was part of was the Bushfire Digital Festival, where Bushfire is one of the it's a beautiful festival. However, we weren't able to have it physically this year. We ran it online, and we were still able to attract visitors. We were still able to interact and have shows with people around the world. And it shows that it's about the music, it's about the experience. So create that within your own environment, within your own space, but you can still be together. So we've got platforms like Zoom, where we're able to zoom in on different friends and family while they are enjoying that experience. And having artists understand that it's about their craft, it's about their music. Most of the time, for example, I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan. I've never met him, but I can watch his music online, and that's how we know about him. So why can't we do that as local artists, as Swazis? We can share our craft online and get people from everywhere around the globe to appreciate the music, buy into the product, enjoy the product, and that's how we become sustainable as artists.
Maybe one last question, Penny. Is social media for everyone in terms of making sure you benefit? Because I'm looking at some of the people that have been nominated in the social media awards. It looks like these are personalities, but probably we need to start. That's where we need to start to understand how you can eventually get your name to be recognized or yourself to become a personality at the end of the day. I suppose there is a way to package yourself if you need to be recognized and your hustle or your work to be recognized at the end of the day.
Yes, social media is for everybody, but you need to understand what your objective is for being on social media. If I want to sell products, or do I want to be known as a personality? What is the benefit? What is the objective? I need to be very open to what reaction am I going to receive? Will this generate more sales? Will this generate more communication? Will it generate comments? I don't want to be on a social media platform for comments. I want to be on it to become sustainable. And whether we like it or not, everybody needs to be financially sustainable. So you need to be careful of what is it that you are on this platform for. We love to see beautiful pictures. We love to see style. We love to see innovative products. There's so much that you can do with social media. And one a program that I was watching on Netflix. So for anybody who does have Netflix, please do watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix. It's very important for you to understand how social media works, what the purpose of it is, what the objective is, and then you'll be comfortable. A lot of people go through depression through social media, and that's not what social media should be about. It's a powerful platform. It's a powerful thing that you can use to get your brand out there.
Penny, thank you so much for joining us on the show on Embili Kanye Kanye this evening.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you, Dianza. Keep doing amazing things, guys, to all the social media users. Be
Thank you once
cautious.
again, Penny. I think sitawungena kule ndzaba lesifuna kuyikhulumisa kakhulu because the reason why we are having this show today is to say we see what people are doing and that there are people that want to appreciate the people that are in social media for good reasons, you know. We see a lot of negative things on social media, you know, like Penny's talking about depression, you know. You go into social media, you read about things, they are criticizing someone, they are downtroding someone and all those kind of things. But kune bantu labago social media, and if they are doing something, they want the world to see that they are doing something. And someone is saying, we see these people, Dianza. You are part of a team that is organizing the social media awards. Maybe just briefly, let's talk about the objective of the social media awards and who are the people that are being recognized.
Thank you. I think before I just answer the question, I'd just like to emphasize on what Penny said. Like she said that you need to be conscious of what you post on social media, because the thing about social media is whatever you post, it stays there. It can last 4 years. You might think that, okay, people have forgotten about it. Next thing, you're starting a business that might have a chance of succeeding, and then someone that might be against you yourself as personally might bring that back up and try to, you know, just to crush you. So I think it's also important to actually be careful of what you post, even if you've had things that you've posted in the past. I don't know, just go clean up if you're about to start a business, something like that. And then I think also, like Penny saying, you create a reputation for yourself, and you need to be cautious or conscious of the fact that is it a good or bad image you are creating for yourself. And especially the depression part is actually one of the saddest things, because others do not understand how to use social media. They use social media to try to compare themselves with the next person. They might say, hey, I'd like to be like John, he's doing amazing work, when will I be there? Instead of trying to get ideas on how I can boost my own project, my own business, of which then it leads to the depression and suicide, of which a lot of people really do need to be educated about social media platforms. I
think there also needs to be some education around the perception or the thinking behind what social media is. I think Penn is mentioning a channel where we can learn about this, called the Social Dilemma. We have the understanding what social media, the people or the faces, the market, what sustains it really, because like our Penny was saying, we think it's all about posting pictures and getting likes back, you know. But in terms of marketing, when you push a brand or somebody's work, what do you have in mind that you capitalize on?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's very true, because at the end of the day, intention, it's very important. Like, what's your intention of being on social media? So definitely those things, they need to be really be looked at.
But there are people behind this
there are people. There are definitely I mean, our lives right now are all virtual. Now you don't need to be in physical contact to talk to a person, to get to know about someone's business, everything now. I think social media now has become a different society on its own, that has its own way of living, its own way of, it has its own laws and rules on its own. It's just a different society that we're all shifting into, and it's actually a very complicated and intense society.
In the past, you would have to be on TV,
definitely,
on radio, or be a popular personality, either by means of your craft, a footballer, a musician, to be popular. But there's this new term that has come up. People that are on Facebook and are doing well are called influencers. What are influencers? Because I think if people get this right, a lot of people will behave in an appropriate manner on Facebook, on social media.
I think the understanding of an influencer, first of all, as someone that creates a positive impact. Even though you might try to send out a message of what you're doing to have it be seen as if it's positive, obviously people have different perceptions. Others might receive it as something not positive, but overall, being an influencer, it's making moves, making positive moves, you know, shaking people's lives in a positive way, just making sure that even your community benefits in a positive way with whatever it is that you're doing. It shouldn't just benefit you as an individual, but at the end of the day, an influencer thinks and decides that what I want to do, it has to benefit the next person. The next person has to also grow from it.
And what is the amount of or the amount of people, of course, that are influencers in our community in Eswatini, that we can easily define or describe as influencers in the country? If you look at the amount of nominees that people have received as nominees for the social media awards,
I think there's actually a lot of influencers. It's just that other people, they are not on social media, but they're definitely making their own impacts in their own communities. Just that they are not taking pictures, they're not posting for everybody else to see and say, hey, I've got this charity work that I'm doing, I'm changing my community. It's just that the ones that we have recognized, they've created their own social media pages, and to us, we have, most of the public, they might think that that's the influences that we have in the country, but others are just moving silently. You might, I think there's a lot of projects that are happening, but we do not know the person behind it. Others are just silent influencers, but we see the fruit of their work, that, oh, this is happening, this is good. So that those that are very loud influencers, and that those that are just silent influencers. I guess people, they just choose which. I think others, they want to protect their personal lives too. So being an influencer, your whole life, it's everybody's life. Your life is screened by everyone. You don't have any privacy anymore, because if you're on social media, everybody wants to know when Dani, at what time, things like that. So those that decide to remain silent because they're trying to avoid such situations.
Let's talk about the social media awards. Now that we have them, they are meant for good, obviously.
Definitely,
to make sure at the end of the day we see the people that are doing something who otherwise would not have been recognized. What are the social media awards? What is their objective?
Okay, the social media awards are basically, it's a platform to appreciate, to acknowledge, as we're talking, influencers, people that are making positive moves, changing people's lives. We just decided that we need to create a platform and let people know that, hey, we see you, we appreciate you, we love you. Just keep on going in what you're doing. And also with the social media awards, obviously you get nominated because of the people that follow you. So it's also a race on its own. It also shows, it exposes you how hard you push your work, how hard you understand the social media platform, how hard you pushing your work on social media, because you get nominated according to the number of people that follow your work. And what are some of the categories there, for instance? Because what are people doing on social media that other people have recognized and have said, we want to recognize the work of Tianza as an example? Okay, with the social media awards, actually we just decided to bring in every industry, business industry. Whether you're in food, we've got baker, we've got your best chef. Whether you're in entertainment, we've got your DJ, your best artist. Whether you're also into fashion, we've got street culture now, we've got what they call couture. So we're trying to sum it up. Even if you're into drama, into poetry, every industry, we're trying to bring it in and have people be recognized, whatever it is that you do. We haven't left anything out.
If back in social media awards, where would these people be? Who would recognize them? Are these social media awards happening because of the restrictions that we see, or probably if there wasn't these restrictions, we would probably have a gathering and make this a norm to recognize people that are doing incredible things?
I won't lie, COVID has really changed our life. It has changed our mindsets, the way we think, the way we do things. But also in a positive way, it has challenged people to think outside the box, of which what most people are doing. So I feel like it became a seed towards the social media awards. So social media awards being there is because that there were restrictions and people, they were forced to put out their work on social media.
Of course. We do have Tunzi Shadozwane, who is one of the organizers of the social media awards. What is the goal behind identifying or recognizing the people on social media that are doing good things, and what are some of the good things that people are doing on social media? Tunzi, asikubingelele sikuphe ithuba lokuvusela amaswati ehlelweni Embili Kanye Kanye.
Sanibonani nonke.
Sivuselele
Hello.
mangweni sibonga ithuba lekuba nathi la sikhulumisa indzaba namuhla lana ngaphasi kwesihloko lesithi exploring business and social opportunities on social media, and of course you are one of the organizers of what is now known as the Social Media Awards. We see a whole a list of people that have been nominated and recognized for the good things that they are doing, but maybe just briefly tell us about the concept of social media awards, and then just try and consolidate for us what people are doing on social media that they are being recognized for.
Oh, okay. Ngiyabonga Song. Basically, every household has a phone device, and I'm coming up, if I can be sure, like in the urban area, you have about 90% of them that are either on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Just to mention a few of the apps that we have on our phone. Um, so basically, everybody lives their lives through social media, and hence the reason why you find that a lot of data is being consumed because of our engagement on social media. You find that there's some people that I haven't seen in a while, like yourself, but I can always see on social media, or Facebook, or wherever, and we can be able to conversate and as if we are people that live together or that meet now and again.
Yeah. Kumbe nje songasichazela kafishane ngalama social media awards ngibaphi abantu kumbe kubonakele ukuthi benta tinfo letingomekako lapho bakhona khona, and members of the public via these platforms or these applications leswakhulumisako are being recognized for. Ngiyabona kunabo Baker of the Year. How did these categories come about? Was it because of the realization that a lot of Emaswati are in the baking and confectionery industry? For instance, there's YouTubers and all those kind of people, but maybe you can just consolidate those for us and tell us the objective really behind this and how this is going to help the industries these people are in.
Okay. What we the main purpose of the awards. Let me start there. The main purpose of the awards is to consolidate the already existing trends, social trends that are already there. I can make an example of the MC of the year. You know, people that have already established MCs like your courtesy of hip hop. He's a well-known MC. So the awards are there to strengthen his brand, and then another angle is to bring up young and upcoming brands and build them into strong brands in the social media space and in the country. And then move on to your question is that it is very visible for all the categories that we've mentioned that are very visible on social media, whether it be on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, is very visible. We all know that there's somebody that blogs, or somebody that's a blogger, somebody that's a baker, somebody that cooks. We all see the things that they do online. There's visual artists, there's DJs, there's artists, there's gospel artists. All of these people, we see them on social media. So hence the reason why all that list, like 44 of the categories, those are like people that or companies or corporate organizations that are visible on social media.
Yeah. I think my next question obviously would have been, does this involve corporates as well, because they do have a social media presence as well?
Yes, it does include them, because like that is where we like to engage with them, rather than us moving from your house into town just to inquire about a certain thing. So you can just tweet them and ask them that, hey, I've got is there a power outage here in Manzini where I live? And then they'll say, yes, there's a power outage between this time and this time. So they know, instead of me wanting to drive the car and go all the way to town just to ask. So we need, we are loving the fact that most corporates are now playing into the social media space, and which is making money, life much easier for the ordinary citizen and for everybody else. Yeah, if I may say.
Ukuthi kutawugcina kwendekene Shado. I think each of the categories is about 10 people nominated ngemisebenzi yabo lemihle lebayendako. But recognize kanjani? What are the timelines in terms of giving them that kind of recognition and for the world to see exactly what these people do?
Okay. As you've seen earlier, we're sitting on the top 10. From the top 10, for about 4 weeks, we'll be having the top 10 people nominating the people in the top 10. We want to narrow them down to top 5. And then from the top 5, and then...
Thank you so much, and I do hope that probably through even the social media platforms, we will be able to get more details in terms of how members of the public will participate, and then to give us exactly their views in terms of who they see to be doing the most work or the most impact in their communities. Sikhulumisana na Mthunzi Shado Zwane longena ke ubukele indaba abadala ukuthi kunebantu abaningi lesibakhulumisako noma lesibabonako lapha endale imisebenzi lemihlo la ngicela Tianza just to try and help us to see some of the categories. For instance, bakhethelwe ini labo bantu ba nominatelwe ini labo bantu labo. The goal really is not about these people, but to try and influence members of the public to say there is a community out there we can use for the good of our own lives and for changing or transforming the lives of our societies. What are some of the categories that we have at Tianza? What are people doing out there?
Okay, some of the categories we've got makeup artist of the year. I mean, makeup artists now, they've got their own YouTube pages. Like, there's a lot going on. People,
makeup
they even give lessons. That's what they do. Like, makeup. I can go on one of these individuals' YouTube channels and watch and take classes from them without me actually having to go to someone's session and pay. So these individuals, they've made it easy for us without actually having to pay for a class. You just tune into that channel, you watch and try to follow footsteps. The only thing you have to pay for is you have to go buy the makeup yourself. That's the only thing you have to pay for.
But they in turn get booked for being specialists in that.
Yes, definitely. They get booked for events, whether it's especially for weddings. If you've got photo shoots, even photographers, they use makeup artists for their own photo shoots. If models, they need makeup. So actually the industry is quite big for makeup artists, especially for events.
But I'm gonna bake off the year, for instance, you know, bend and band for my fetty, mascots and whatnot.
Everything. I think, but the thing that's trending most on social media, it is cakes. Like you see, people are designing, making amazing cakes. They're making muffins, treats. So there's quite a lot going on. So basically, it's just to see what catches your eye, because you can bake a cake, but usually what catches our eyes as those that go through their pages, it's the way they've designed the cake, the way it came out. You know, it might taste the same, but what catches our eye is like, wow, this actually looks nice the way it has been designed.
Maybe just a summary of the rest of the categories for our viewers to know. Okay,
and then we've got artist of the year. There's also it's most of the genres that is artist of the year. We've got Insta King, that's Instagram. We've got Insta Queen also. We've got Videographer of the year. We've got Photographer of the year. We've got MC of the year. And then we also have we've got most popular comedian. Most comedians right now, they're posting their comedy series on Facebook. We're following a lot there. We're laughing, we're having fun, especially during lockdown. This comedy series, they've actually they liven up your day, you know. Just we've been watching more smalls, you know, doing things on social media. So it actually it has been really an amazing thing.
But as someone working with the influencers, Tianza, or you know some of these influencers, I think the goal, even as our topic here today, says that, you know, are these people making money out of this? Like, for instance, the comedians and the bakers, the makeup artists, and all these people. We are trying to do this to make sure that if our children, like Mthunzi was saying, every child or every household has a phone, they are consuming data, but we want them to be on these platforms for the right reasons and to derive some gain out of it. But generally, can we say people are making money out of their craft on social media?
Honestly, okay, obviously with COVID, there's been strains, strainers, but I feel like they are making money. If they're not making money, it's because we are killing each other in the business industry. We tend not to support each other. We tend to look at international things and then we leave our own behind and not support. So I would say we would be very far if it wasn't for the fact that we are going at a very slow pace in supporting our own. But they are making money as much as they can, but it could be better. It has to be better. That's what we even trying to enforce on social media, that hey, as a supporteni, let's just hold each other hands and move forward together. Yeah.
What can we expect going forward, Tianza?
Basically, what we can expect going forward right now, we at the top 10. Now we're expecting to go to top 5, and then from top 5, we definitely are going to have the winner. We're hoping that out of all this, these individuals, also their brands will be marketed. It will take them further from where they are right now, because it has been an amazing platform. The whole country is talking about social media awards. There's a buzz, so it has actually created a platform to people to actually get to know about someone else they had not even known about, because now everybody's going through each and every category that they didn't even know about. So everyone is benefiting. At the end of the day, once all of this it is over, they will be recognized, they will be known. Now they'll know that there's a person like this doing that, when and where and why existing.
Of course. Tianza, thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you, it's a pleasure. Yeah.
Lesitawugcina kwamaswahla amahle ngidawuthatha nje kunye noma kubili kulokuvetwe ngipheni Power ukhulumisa yendzaba ukuthi when you are on social media, have a clear set of objectives. Why are you there? What do you want to achieve? Yes, it can be for social reasons, which is also good, but we realize that more and more people and corporates as well, or companies, are on social media to engage with their audience or a potential market. If you are there and you are also doing something, this is an opportunity for you. And to parents at home, we are saying, and we are giving them money for data. Let's make sure that they are in this social media platform doing the right things and making a good name for themselves, which can also generate some revenue for the child and the family in the near future. Maswahla amahle sibongele kuba nathi ke ehlelweni Embili Kanye Kanye. Jehova kasigcine sibonane ngalokho dakusiphilile. Nisale kahle.